Oh, goody. Namsure, you know what I'm looking forward to after this game completes?
What's that?
I'm not going to do it now, but we got some poetry in the Reddit thread that we got to read out.
Oh, yes.
Man, like I said, for like Chatman's got like his art themes. Other people have like their thing. I love that our subs and like our viewers do poetry. I don't know why or how that started, but it's awesome. If you guys have poems you want them read out on stream, go post them in the Reddit thread if someone could be so kind as to link the Reddit thread on our behest. For now though, bets are closed and game number 1 has begun in this fresh best of 3. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map for the IEM Shenzhen America qualifiers. It is the Red Zerg player, Violet.
And in the top left, we've got our blue Protoss player playing for team... Rifkin, help me out.
I don't know. Let's say LeBron because it sounds funnier like that. Even though
LeBron Bales.
The basketball player, even though that's not how you spell it in the slightest. No, I'll have to look up what that is. As stated before, guys, Bales used to be on Demos, of course. The team has since closed, and a lot of these guys in North America without teams at the moment, just kind of hovering about, but doesn't mean they're any worse off for it. Bales, as stated before, I've seen him in the past. He was a pretty strong Protoss then. I doubt he's gotten weaker since. But Violet, man, if we want to talk about something really important, Violet's this guy who came back to StarCraft 2. Everyone expected such big things from him. And quite frankly, it was crap. It was awful. His first couple games, his first couple tournaments, he lost so quickly. But now he's like right up to snuff to where he used to be. He's the badass he once was, and he's already reclaimed his title as like a very fearsome Zerg player.
Yeah, definitely. He's been showing some really solid results, and I mean, we're in for a treat here. But we see Violet going for the drone scout, and then realizing he's not going to get cannon rush, so he does go for that hatch first. And I mean, this is something we saw yesterday as well. A lot of those drone scouts. I don't remember what player did it all the time. Was it Towley or
no,
someone?
Tally was doing the weird stuff yesterday.
Yeah,
Tally
he was
wasn't
hatching.
Actually, cool fun note about Tally. I forgot, like, his weird playstyle seemed a little bit familiar to me. This has nothing to do with what's going on in the game, guys. We're talking about a player that played yesterday, who is competing today. He's also known as the Penguinator. And a year ago, on March 2013, I cast the game of him versus a player named Toxic, where Tally had gone, like, 90 queens. Like, just mass queen type thing. It was pretty stupid.
What?
So, his weird shenanigans, the one-base swarm host yesterday, I shouldn't have been as surprised as I was had I known it was the same guy.
Well, but Toxic, man, that's my teammate right there. That's pretty cool. The Spanish Protoss, Toxic.
I want to say yes. I don't really know. That was like Diamond vs. Diamond League play back in 2013.
Oh, really?
So maybe it was before he was. I don't know.
That's okay. Was that a long time ago then, or?
Well, like I said, it was last year, dude. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah. I'm not paying attention. Sorry.
Some random ladder game from 2013. Like I don't remember the details of it. I just remember the gist of it.
Yeah, well, I guess there's more people called Toxic, but all I know is that that's my teammate.
Okay, so I'm being told, by the way, that L. Byron is Lord Byron. I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, but we'll just go with it for the time being.
Okay, Lord Byron, right?
But as far as this game goes as openings, guys, we got the third hatch routed down for Violet, so we're just having a bit of fun talk on the side. But the Gateway Expansion out of Bales. This is a very scary thing to worry about. And I bring this up because... Okay, well, never mind, it's going to be a Stargate. I was going to say, there's another player who's kind of notorious for having a lot of different IDs. Ghost, Puzzle, whatever you want to know him as. He 4-gated Violet... And it sounds so dumb to say, and that's why I'm kind of giggling as I say it, because when does a 4-gate off one base ever work anymore in StarCraft 2? But he made it happen. So I was going to say, he could have done 2-base 4-gate aggression. That seems to be Violet's like weak point. I don't know, but he's going for the Stargate instead, and this is perfectly fine. Now, do you think it's going to be the Oracle? Do we think we're going to see the North American Oracle come out of here?
I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, we have those 3 gateways going down. There's no, probe out on the map, so we're probably not going to see like Oracle, sellout weapons, stuff like that. But we could. Okay, there's the Phoenix down. Well, I was going to say we could potentially also see that Oracle into really quick third base. That's been getting a lot of popularity recently. But he does go for that kind of conservative Phoenix. It's just play reactionary, I guess.
Not gonna lie, big fan of Phoenix play. Whether it's 3, whether it's 5, whether it's the classic step 1-2 of Protoss versus Zerg, I feel like if you give the player who's got good control Phoenixes over Oracles, they're gonna get way more damage done with the Phoenix every single time.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of potential, and you can try and bait out queens out of the mineral lines from the spore crawlers, kill those off, and try find drones and overlords. So yeah, there's a lot of potential in Phoenix, but yeah, it's a pretty big investment. So we'll see how much he's able to accomplish with them, but
You know, just a small side note while this gets going. But
yeah?
the bets, guys, have already been closed. 6,100 placed on Bales, 8,600 on Violet. It's not even like a big one-sided bet. There's a lot of Bales fans in the audience and a lot of faith in the Protoss.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So yeah, it's pretty nice and even. And we actually have some sellouts moving out here. Did you just morph those sellouts in like outside his natural? That's pretty weird.
Well, he had them stacked up at the front line before Phoenix's team came out. But the Sentry is going to need to pop force field down. Of course, it's never really that big of a threat. Although if he doesn't target the one Zergling actually attacking it...
He was attacking the simulator. Oh my god, he's going to lose it.
Oh, the Sentry.
Wow.
Not a good start here for Bales. This is actually really problematic because now he doesn't have that second force field. Lings actually compromise in, and while Probes can deal with low amounts of Lings, he's gonna need... Yeah, there we go, Zealot Warp in. 2 gateways, depowered. This was a big... Actually, this is over 50% of his production he just lost. Main base being compromised. Yes, he's getting some damage here on the third, but his Mothership, of course, about to go down to the Spore Crawler.
Yeah, he's not doing enough at the third. I feel there's a lot of Lings popping out for Violet now, so he's gonna be able to stabilize, and he's doing so much damage. This is so unacceptable by Bales, not paying attention to his Wallet, the natural, losing that Sentry. He took, I mean, not even a little bit of damage. This is so big because he's not mining in his main. You know, those gateways were unpowered, and I mean, Violet has to get out of this supply block. He needs more Overlords than this to try and get his macro back in the game, but...
He lost a good amount of Overlords, granted, but Bales has only just recently got those gateways functioning again. He's not really been holding this too well.
Stargate. The Stargate's gonna die, oh my god.
The one thing he did really well that I liked a lot was he pulled the drones, or the probes rather, to the natural. He knew that there was gonna be some problems. We get the overcharge going off in the main, or the natural. He'll hold this now, guys, but man, did he take a lot of damage from this without dealing a lot himself.
Yeah, I mean, Violet's up to 50 drones, and with these 3 bases, he's gonna be able to snowball with these injects. He doesn't have a queen at the third, but hopefully he does, you know, sort that out. But yeah, Violet's looking, you know, to be in a very commanding position with that lair, you know, almost done, Roach Roaring going down. Not sure what tech he's going to be going for, but he's got so much map control with these Zerglings, it's going to be a long time before Bales can even start thinking about taking that third, and he just doesn't. I mean, he's not even fully saturated on 2 bases yet, so he does turn on the Robo base. So are we going to see, like... We'll have to see if he continues making probes or not. It does look like he's doing so, otherwise we might see like a Colossi all-in or something, because he did see so many Lings. Maybe he's like, oh, well, I might just all-in with Colossi to try and, you know, kill you off when you don't have, you know, any roaches or anything like that. But he did actually stop making probes, so maybe we're gonna see an all-in. Okay, there's the third. Never mind.
I don't know that an all-in would work though. This would work way better if he killed the third or something, right? Like if he had done more damage to Violet. Violet's gonna cancel on third here, not too bad. Phoenixes sadly aren't really getting a lot done, but that's okay. They don't have a lot of energy right now, so diving in and out might not actually be worth their while. But still, with 5 Phoenix, there's 2 Spore Crawlers per mineral line. It's very dangerous for Violet to transfer drones. He knows this, so he's kind of forced to oversaturate his natural for the time being.
And oh my god, a very bad supply block coming down for Bales. He just chrono boosted his Robo, and the Colossi, you know, can't get out. It's supply blocked, so that was like a wasted chrono boost, and his pro production is on hold, and yeah, does sting a bit there, but he does sort it out finally.
Uh-oh, Namshar. Something really important just happened.
What's that?
We actually just got our final sub to initiate a t-shirt giveaway at the end of the broadcast.
Oh, yeah!
So big shout out to Zarathus? I'm sorry if I say that name wrong, but just while we're waiting for the action to pick up here, guys, anyone can win the t-shirt. Anyone. Subs, non-subs, it doesn't matter. All you gotta do is buy a raffle ticket, and you do that with Partouf. So hold on to a couple of those for the end of the broadcast. We'll give away a Base Trade TV t-shirt. Cool stuff.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. But, okay, this is pretty interesting, actually. So, Violet did go for the Hydra Den and the Hydras, but he only made 7 Hydras, I guess, to kind of, you know, poke at those Phoenix and try and kill 1 or 2. You know, to kind of show him the tech choice, but then he's going into Ling upgrades and Aspire, so he might transition into Corruptor Muta Ling here.
Oh, you know what? That would be such a smart move, though, because, of course, he sniped off a Stargate, and he knows it. There's very little chance that Bales replaces that Stargate outside of the initial 5 Phoenix. Early on, you're not going double Void Rays. 3 bases, maybe now he'd start slapping that down, but the timing of it would still favor that of Violet, who could go for that tech swap, who could instantaneously get 16 Mutalisks out, whereas Bales would only be able to make like 2, maybe 3 Phoenix at a time at most.
Yeah, and you know, especially after showing these Hydras as well. You know, Bales is going to be want to get, you know, more and more Colossi to deal with Hydras, but Violet is not actually committing. I mean, it's only 7 Hydras, and he did make 10 Roaches, I guess, just to be kind of safe. You know, doesn't want to die to like a 4th base recall snipe, but you know, it's a pretty common move. So I guess he gets those roaches out for that, but it looks like he's gonna be going into, yeah, okay, there's the corruptors. Corruptor Ling, so that's pretty cool, yeah, and I would like to see him make a 5th base, but even just mining from these 4 bases with the gases already, you know, that's good for him, and he's camping. Well, Hydra's just move out of position, actually. But, yeah, Violet's looking pretty good in this game, and of course he does have that lead going into the mid-game from earlier on, when he did slow down Bales a bunch.
Okay, so Bales, I don't know if he actually got wind of this, if he's just predicted. I'm looking around right now, maybe he saw something with a hallucination? Oh, he saw the Spire when it was being constructed. He doesn't know that this Corruptor's out, but he did throw in the second Stargate. So he's trying to get some Voiders out. He knows Corruptors are coming. But quite frankly, he's not going to have anything... Like, I almost think Massive Stalkers might be more effective and more cost-efficient for him, because he's got such a low army value. He doesn't have level 3 upgrades, and these Void Rays, I kind of felt were just going to die to the Corruptors, if not the Hydralisks.
Yeah, maybe. I'm starting to think though, like, Violet's not making any mutas, and he's making an infestation pit, so maybe he's just gonna try and kill the Colossi and go into Swarm Host or something. He's making a lot of lings, but
I was gonna take a lot of Colossus down.
Yeah.
Couple Hydras, not that many, not too scary. The Immortals can certainly hold against the Roaches. The ground-based attack for Violet right now, not that scary, but there's no way that those Void Rays are gonna get a lot done in due time. So yeah, gonna pull back off this, keep what he has alive. I don't know. I mean, it was a nice dive for the Colossus for sure. There's no questioning that, but he didn't have a follow-up. Like, if that had been like 80 lings flooding across the map afterwards, Bales would have gotten crushed.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. So I didn't quite have enough on the ground there, but killing those Colossus, I don't know. When I saw the infestation, he's going Hive now, but I mean, what's his game plan with this? More roaches being made now? I was kind of thinking that he's gonna make Swarmos. You know, after killing all of that splash, it would make sense to go Swarmos, but I'm not sure if that, you know, that playstyle is something that Violet doesn't even want to go for. And we see now Pathogen Glands coming out, so I guess we're gonna see Ling Ultra as the tech switch, which is a little bit weird considering he made those Corruptors.
Well,
it's not really common army compositions.
It's gonna be more weird because, of course, there's already Void Rays out, which are gonna do well with the Ultras, but perhaps not so much the Lings.
Yeah.
It's gonna be odd. The Fungal Growth's coming out though, could shut those down. So the Void Ray's not gonna be that big of a threat moving forward. They're gonna be a threat, granted, but if he lands a couple good Fungals, if he crushes the Sentries with the Fungal Growth damage, then floods in when there's no Force Fields protecting that army, Bales could be in for some trouble, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we could also see a Great Spire, but as you said, with those Void Rays, I'm not sure that's a good idea. And there's also 3 Immortals, so it feels like Bales is kind of covered for both Broodlords and Ultras with Void Rays and Immortals, but I mean, of course he's gonna have to scout it in time, but Violet actually moving in. That's a lot of Roaches and a lot of Zerglings. This might actually kill a lot of Bale's army.
I like that he kept the Colossus way back, but the Corruptors are still gonna find it either way, so they'll go down to the Void Rays, but not before taking down the Colossus. And looks like it might just be a little too much. Even with the Immortal standing strong, the Roach count is just huge. I mean, even the Void Rays are gonna follow the Corruptors. This should never happen.
Oh man.
GG.
Yeah, Violet had a lot there, and that was pretty good force fields because he only, like, he zoned out all of the Roaches and Hydras, and he only fought, like, all of the Lings, and then he fought the Roaches and Hydras. So Bale's just maybe taking his 4th a bit too early because he didn't have quite enough to hold on there. But we did see in the production tab that Violet was going for the Ultras, so it's gonna be interesting for the next game to see, you know, how, if we're gonna see Ultras come into play and how, you know, Bale deals with that. Because, you know, maybe it's just something that Violet likes to do.